You guys have been asking for a Black Ops 6 settings video, so today I'm going through and showcasing all of my settings for BO6 Warzone. As you guys can tell, we are finally in Warzone Season 1, so going through the settings, I just want to go through and talk about everything that I've been running for BO6 and all the stuff that you should be running for BO6 Warzone. If you guys did come for keyboard and mouse settings, unfortunately, I cannot help you guys out at all. I simply only play controller, so if that is what you came for, I apologize. Before the controller tab, of course, for my aiming input device, we are on controller. I've always played on a default button layout and stick layout because I do play on a scuff impact, which if you guys don't know, I have 4 back pedals. That's me drop shot, jump shot, loot, reload, everything. So if you guys don't have a custom controller, I'm sure you guys want to experiment and test out some different button layouts. But like I said, I've always played on default because I've either been on a scuff or an aim controller, or I've played claw. For my sensitivity, I am still on 7.7, which you guys know is the same as my sensitivity in Warzone 2 and Warzone 3. I still feel like it feels the exact same. I did see a lot of people saying BO6 sensitivity felt a little bit different. But like I said, I've been feeling the exact same with it and super comfortable. My advice though is find where you feel the most comfortable and tweak it and mess with the ADS sensitivity. For the next settings, I have off, 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 off. My controller vibration, I do have turned off. I've been saying this to you guys for years. All the way back to MW 2019 was the first game that I ever turned vibration turned off. For some reason, I felt like it was really impacting my aim back in Warzone 1 and MW 2019. So if you're someone that has never turned this off, definitely test it out and see if it helps you guys out at all. Next up, we do have dead zones, which is super important when it comes to your controller settings. I play on 0 with my left stick minimum, 5 with my right stick minimum. This is all your controller and your stick drift. Then for the 70 maximum, this is all personal preference, but this is really going to help out with the mobility and movement. This basically makes it to where the left stick is super sensitive and super responsive. I will say 70 is about the lowest that I would go here. You guys can find where you feel the most comfortable, whether that be 80, 90, still 99, whatever you feel the best running. Like you guys can see, I am running 0.5 with 70 on my maximum, 99 on my right stick maximum. And then of course, make sure you guys have left and right trigger both down to 0. For the aiming tab at the top, we have sensitivity multiplier, which this isn't where I'm going to mess with the ADS sensitivity, but I do have this on 1.0, 1.0, 1.0, 1.0 with 1.0 tac stance and 1.0 ADS sense multiplier focus. Look conversion, of course, I have standard, all that stuff turned on standard. Aiming advanced settings, look conversion, all standard. I have instant ADS sensitivity transition timing. Make sure you guys have this on instant and not gradual. This is a super important setting as well. For my third person ADS correction type, I have assist. And then of course, one of the most important controller settings that we've had every single year is our aim response curve type. Make sure you guys have this on dynamic and make sure you guys have it turned up to 1.0. And then custom sensitivity presume, like I was saying with the sensitivity a second ago, find where you guys are the most comfortable when it comes to your movement and mobility. Then come right here to this setting and tweak it a little bit to where you feel super comfortable with your guys' aim. But for me, I have it on 0.80, 0.80, 0.80 with 0.90 for the 6 to 7 times. Then I have target aim assist turned on and ADS aim assist turned on. I have my motion sensor behavior, that doesn't even matter, I have that turned off. Moving on to movement, I do have tac sprint assist, which this is basically auto tac sprint. Super important setting that we've been running for years, but I do have it turned on, and I have my sprint assist delay down to 0, so it's super responsive. I have my sprint assist sideways and backwards both on. I have mantle assist turned off, crouch assist turned off, and corner slice turned on, which if you guys don't know, if you guys haven't played any BO6 so far, this is the setting that makes it to where when you walk up to a corner ADS, it makes you slightly lean, kind of like we're in Rainbow Six Siege. So I do have this turned on. Just like Warzone 3, I have my slide/dive behavior turned on to hybrid, which makes it to where I can slide, dolphin dive, do everything, but it just takes a little bit of time to get used to. For the next settings, I have on, free fall, on, and then for the movement advanced settings, I don't think I've messed with this whatsoever. I have toggle, off, double tap, trigger, and on. Like I said, I don't think I've ever messed with those settings whatsoever. And then vehicle advanced settings, same thing. I have aim based, short delay, free look, and melee finishing move, all that stuff. Obviously, if you guys want to, if there's any settings in those 2 tabs you guys want to change, you definitely can. I have personally not messed with those a single time. For the combat tab, I have hold, on toggle, ADS plus down button, ADS plus melee, hold melee, prioritize finishing move, apply 1 for the armor plate, which you guys have always called me weird, but I've always ran apply 1. For some reason, for me, it's all personal preference, but I feel like I have a lot more control when I'm in the gunfights and I have apply 1. But I will say most people run this on apply all. C4 detonation, I have all at once. I have equipment behavior on hold, manual fire behavior on press. And for the combat advanced settings, I have hold, sprint, short delay, and prioritize interact, a super important Warzone setting, so definitely turn that on. I have sprint cancels reload off, akimbo on independent off and on. So go through and turn all those on real quick. And then overlay, I have toggle, and then overlay advanced, I don't know what this is. I have directional, moderate, and hold. Again, another tab I don't think I've ever messed with. Moving on to the graphics tab, I did run all my settings on pretty much low, so I have the best performance, but obviously tweak this how you guys want with your system. On my render resolution, I do have it on 100 because I do play on 1440. No matter what you guys play on 1440, 1080, no matter what, you should have this on 100 at maximum. Dynamic resolution, I have it on off. I have upscaling / sharpening on fidelity, FX CAS with a 100 strength. I have DLSS frame generation off, VRAM scale target 80, and variable rate shading off. Now I'm going to go through these next settings really quick, so pause it if you guys need to. But like I said, I have most of these on low settings. I have normal, low, off, normal, on, off, low, minimal. For the low local texture streaming quality, I have normal. And then for the shadow and lighting, I have low, off, low, off, low, off, low, off, low, off. Like I said, I have pretty much everything to the lowest possible setting just for maximum performance for my PC. But like I said, depending on your setup, you can run that however you want. For the view tab at the first setting, I have it turned off. Of course, FOV, I do play on 120. Ever since I first switched to PC back in Warzone 1, I played on 120 ever since. It's definitely a myth that people say at 120 you lose aim assist. I don't believe that's true whatsoever. This is 100% personal preference, but I am letting you guys know I've always ran 120. ADS FOV, I do play on affected. This is a super important setting. If you guys are somebody that always comments on streamers' videos saying they have a Cronus or that they have no recoil, this is probably the setting giving them no recoil. For some reason, a lot of people still run independent. So if you guys aren't already, definitely turn this on to affected. Weapon FOV, I have on wide to make my gun smaller. I have third person FOV on 90, vehicle field of view on wide. I have motion blur turned off and off. There is absolutely zero reason to have motion blur turned on in this game unless you're just a TikToker trying to make those dramatic TikToks, but definitely have the motion blur turned off for weapon and world. For first and third person camera movement, I have it on at least 50% because you don't want your camera and screen shaking. And then I have third person ADS transition on third person ADS and inverted flashbang turned off. Another personal preference setting, if you guys don't like getting flashed with a bright white, definitely turn this on. For the audio tab, I haven't done too much to this, but I have my master gain volume on 80 with 0, 50, 90, and 30. I have default system device, Windows default. I have my audio mix on headphones. This is the best one that I've ran so far, especially with Black Ops 6 multiplayer. I might mess with it a little bit now that we have Warzone, but like I said, I've been running headphones and I've been feeling fantastic in multiplayer. I have mono audio turned off because if you guys don't know, this takes all your directional audio from above you, behind you, below you, right, left, everything, and puts it all into one channel so you lose all your directional cues. So definitely have this turned off. Next up, I have off, off, off. I have configure frequency intensity. I don't even know what this is. I'm not going to mess with it at all. Functionality, I have off and default. The voice chat, all personal preference settings, I just have 25 on. All lobby, default system device, 25 off, push to talk, and default system device. Like I said, that is all your settings that I can't help you guys with whatsoever. For the interface settings for my HUD bounds, I do have it all the way zoomed in because like Warzone 1, I always like my minimap being as close to the center of the screen as possible, so I don't have to move my eyes as far. So definitely test this out zoomed in, but if you guys absolutely hate it, zoom it all the way back out. For the minimap shape, 100% turn it on to square. There's no reason to run round. I have minimap rotation turned on, radar turned off. This is actually super important. A lot of people think this is like the actual minimap. It's not. This gets rid of the actual like map looking minimap and makes it just a white slate radar. So definitely keep this turned off. For my compass type, I have horizontal. I have vehicle HUD prompts on fade after 10 seconds, in-game text chat on, and player name's full name. Super important setting, we have crosshair turned on, but more importantly, I have the crosshair dot turned on. Super helpful when it comes to your centering. I actually have it turned on to larger to make it a little bit bigger on my screen. So if you guys have not been running your crosshairs with a center dot, definitely turn this on. You guys can even customize the color that you want to make it super vibrant. Hit marker visuals, I have turned on. Damage based hit markers, I've turned on. And then everything right here with the widget visibility, I have on 100. I basically left all of this default so far. I don't think I messed with anything other than my crosshair. For the readability tab, I have subtitles custom. I have default 0, default. For the color customization, I don't have any of this messed with whatsoever. But if you go down to the color filter settings, I have on filter 2, just like the past few CODs. And then I have the color filter target both for world and interface color intensity, both set on 100. Definitely test out color filter 2. I've always ran it and I feel like it just makes my game look fantastic. And then for the global, I have visual support preset off, automatic off, on, off. For the telemetry, these are the boxes that you guys always see in the top left of my screen, whether I'm in gameplays or the menus, just like the FPS you guys see right now. I only have the FPS counter, the server latency, and the packet loss, but you guys can go through and turn all this on if you guys really want to. I even think this is a console setting now with the new Warzone. And then for the network and hardware in-game alert icons, I have both of those turned on as well, but I think those are actually all of my settings. So make sure you guys go through, test out every single setting that I'm running for BO6 Warzone. Like I always tell you guys, use my settings as a base and then kind of tweak everything that you need to make yourself feel the most comfortable. But those are all the settings that I've been running for BO6 multiplayer and that I'm running heading into BO6 Warzone. So like I said, give them all a try and let me know down in the comments below if it helps you guys out at all. And if it does, make sure you guys hit that sub button. That's it for the video.